So here's how my day is shaping up so far. I'm getting ready to start a live stream, working on a live stream on YouTube, working on William the Last. I've started assembling a sketchbook for my Patreon supporters and researching how the YouTube algorithm works. Figuring out YouTube is my 2017 project, by the way. So I finished up a live video, and now I am here at my son's preschool to watch his end-of-year program. And with that done, I'm now on the way back to the house to get started on an afternoon of inking G.I. Joe. So this is what this Thursday morning has shaped up to be. It's not morning anymore, it's 1 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock. So I am going to be trying to catch up on some inks, and I had a couple questions that I wanted to address that people had put. And this morning, question was, what do you do when you get everything ready to sell and go start monetizing things? You set up a store, you set up things, and nothing happens, right? You tell your friends, hey, I've got this, my stuff is ready to go, and you just get no traffic, no purchases or anything. That still happens to me. I mean, I've been, even with working on G.I. Joe and stuff, it's hard to get people to buy things. I mean, that's the way it is. And the only solution that I've really found is being consistent in promoting. If you have your own site, you have to be on Twitter and on Facebook, and not spamming, not posting things over and over and over again to where you're annoying. But you have to be consistent at least once a day, reminding people, maybe every other day, this is for sale, I've got this going on, in the middle of posting things on social media that help other people. People will tune out, I think I've said this before, people will tune out a Twitter feed or a Facebook post that are all about you and what you're selling. So there's definitely a growth period of cultivating your audience, and I'm still working on that. But like I said, I mean, G.I. Joe fans and Transformer fans know my stuff, and still sometimes things just don't sell. Like those, for example, those 4 mini-bot things, drawings I did at Marble City Comic Con. I was sure they would sell by now. They're still sitting up on my store. I'd put them up on eBay, and they got a lot of shares, but they didn't sell. Now, the headshots of Megatron and Optimus, which I thought would be the last thing to sell, those sold pretty much right away. On the other hand, I did a Snake Eyes sketch, and it sat up there for a while, and I was just consistent on reminding people. I had scheduled it into my buffer here and there to go up on Twitter every now and then, and finally somebody bought it. So it's just being consistent, and it's a very slow process. I have a pretty successful eBay store at this point, because people over the course, and I've been putting stuff up on eBay for 10 years or more. Actually, I started that eBay account in 2003, so way more than that. This person is not going to let me over. Thanks for nothing, blue car. So even with that, not just because I have that, it doesn't mean necessarily everything I put up. Most things I put up on eBay don't sell. But things I do put up, sometimes I put up things for months, and all of a sudden the right pair of eyes see it and sell. So it's just a matter of being consistent. Other than that, it's a very slow, it's just a slow process building up things sometimes that sell. And sometimes you just find the right type of things that are popular. And another thing is, people want to buy things that they already are familiar with, unless it's a phenomenally, done piece that people just love, that's striking. And I've only hit on that, I think, once with the William the Last page with the city. I sell a lot of those because it's just it came out a really great shot. People seem to like it, but I couldn't have predicted that. People typically, like when I go to shows and sell prints, people first see, oh, a character I know. I love that character. And this is a cool print. But the first thing they notice is not cool art. They notice the familiarity of the character. That's the very first thing. So, which is why you have a lot of the wall of print guys at conventions, because they figured out a lot of people want to spend money on characters they know and love. Art is secondary for them. As an artist, it's reversed, and that's the problem, right? I mean, artist is like, can look at a piece and say, or do a piece and say, this is cool, I want to do something, and it happens to be, whatever character. And a lot of fans are the opposite. So it is frustrating. Trial and error, drawing different things, being consistent in building up, your audience, and making yourself useful, so that your Twitter account and your social media accounts and your advertising just not all about you. Also try some, I found a lot of success, at least in getting, traffic to sites with Facebook ads. Maybe I'll talk about Facebook ads and ad stuff. They actually do really well. Every once in a while we'll convert into a sale. So that's pretty much where all I can tell you on that. Is a lot of it I'm still trying to figure out. There are people that are way more successful at it than me. So I'm going to end this vlog before I get in a wreck with a dump truck. I will see you guys tomorrow.